Perfect. All right. Hello, hi, and welcome, friends, people. No friends. None of you are my friends.
We're not friends. I didn't know we weren't friends. I'm sorry. We can't be friends.
We can't be friends. Okay, I can do this. Hello, hi, and welcome, people, persons, and background characters, to another episode of Spinning Tales, a podcast. Maybe. A place where we acknowledge that we are all amalgamations of stories still being told, and do our very best to try to draw out the storyteller in each of us. My name is Jess, and I am joined by my friend, Bandit.
Hi.
Oh, man. Okay, actually, let me address this because we talked about this off camera really quickly. Welcome to episode 2. I can't believe we've made it.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I would not have thought.
We should put in that meme.
I have to ask you if I can put memes in the one that I just edited, because there at one point you do this, and I was just like, want to interpose a cat going, ah.
Oh, when did I?
Oh, twice. Anyway, this is my friend Bandit. Her actual name is Brittany, but I call her Bandit because she's my friend, and my friends get special names. If you don't have a special name, you're not my friend. And
I am
that's
special.
okay. You are.
In all of the different ways.
She's special in all of the different ways, folks.
I have diagnoses to prove it. That's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. But yeah, we're back for another shot at this.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm excited, but I'm also like a little nervous. I don't know why.
Nervous? Maybe you should be nervous.
Oh.
Because I wanna let you guys know that the results of today kind of dictate whether or not I'm going to stick around.
She's sticking around.
We started a story last time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really invested in it. I'm like, it's a problem. And if it doesn't turn out well for my girl who's stuck, I'm going to start a riot.
A riot, a riot. I mean, okay. So, as we talked about last time, that we were going to do at the top of the show, even though I was like, oh, maybe we should talk about other stuff first. Nope, I guess not.
I don't want to talk about anything else. Focus. Okay, zone in.
Zone in. Be here. Auto zone. Lame. Okay.
Her diagnosis is coming.
Oh, 1 second. I will say I am actually a little bit tired. I had food that makes me very sleepy. And when I'm sleepy, I get one of two ways. Sleepy or very weird. So,
we're hoping for
sleepy.
weird. Oh. I vote for weird.
Awful. Okay, then if you did not see our first episode titled, I don't know, right now I'm like pilot because it's a pilot episode. But Freedom question mark?
I have freedom question mark on that episode.
You do. We're workshopping it. You've already seen it and you know what the title is.
You've seen it because you were dutiful people.
Yeah.
Who
made it all the way through that very long episode. We're not going to be that long this time. So if you saw our first episode, it was, we took some time to figure out what we thought of as freedom, like how we define freedom. And then we put that to a story, 2 different stories that were very different, obviously. I'm using different a lot. And afterwards, because we didn't really get the time to finish it off in that time.
She wouldn't let me finish.
We had already recorded for 2.5 hours. 240.
My statement remains true. Like
That's too much.
I've said facts. She wouldn't let me finish.
Bad facts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we gave each other nerd homework. And as long as she did her nerd homework to share, I will also share mine.
Yeah, mine is like just a few lines.
Okay.
My nerd homework was to connect the 2 halves of the things that I had written.
That's true.
And I did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
I'm excited. I'm not. Oh no, mine's. We don't have to cover mine.
We're not going to cover mine if we don't cover yours.
Okay.
Look, here's the thing.
Let's get this over with.
I like yours, and I want to see what more you added.
I'm not invested in mine at all.
That sounds like a personal problem, not a me problem. And look, some other people out there might like yours more than
they
mine.
don't.
Okay.
Listen.
Linda.
Listen, Linda. Now, if this might be dead.
Okay, we can plug it up. So I'm excited.
Okay. Another ping from my phone, a news article. I glance at the headline. I should be angry, I should be sad, but I've been all of those things for too long. I'm tired. I'm in a loop, I realize. This is the start of the downward spiral. I need to go up, or at least stop moving down. What do I need to rest? What do I need to be okay? Check the clock. I need a hug. I pop out of my chair and shuffle across the hall. He sits facing his computer with his back to me. I throw myself on him, arms over his shoulders, letting my whole weight rest on him as I heave a heavy sigh. I'm stuck in a loop. I say, I need a hug. Well, you have to let me get up first. He stands up and turns to face me. And then it goes into the thing. His hands wrap around my shoulders and he began to squeeze. The pressure bringing me back to earth as I breathed in the smell of him and enjoyed the scent of my conditioner that he wasn't supposed to use. It smelled very nice.
How did you feel while writing it? By doing it? Was it not that much because you were like just wanting to connect it and that was it? Or because you did it super late?
I think I just needed to connect it because I had been thinking about it for a couple of days, right? Like, how do I connect it? And then I was like, I need something fancy. And I was like, doesn't make sense. Be something fancy. Like, what is grand between this and walking? You know, like, I don't know.
First step, second step.
I felt like I was trying to like paint the Louvre. The Louvre.
That's a museum.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I was like, and then I felt stupid for trying to do that.
Oh.
Not in a bad way.
Okay.
Right? Like this was not a self-hatred moment.
Okay.
But it was hey, keep it simple, stupid. So then I did that and I was like, I'm satisfied with the transition. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm satisfied with this. But again, I'm not invested in this story. I want to know what happens to the girl in the yellow room.
Well, first, they, them.
Them. Oh. That's a change.
No. Remember you kept going like, she. And I was like, I didn't put it gender in there.
Oh. I've decided.
You've decided. Which is perfectly fine. It's whatever your imagination takes. I do want to know why you weren't invested in this, though. Is it because you just want to hear mine? Or is it like...
It feels so ordinary.
But it's such a big thing. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean ordinary? Because I think that it's... Like what I had said before, you write in such a way, things that are poignant because they're felt by people throughout the world.
That when you say it that way, it sounds important.
When I say it the way it is,
it just all right, whatever. It feels hard to feel like the things that I do in my everyday life could be important to other people.
That's fair.
Right. And so I wrote this, and I don't always go through this specific loop. I wrote it with like the character in mind, like being super ingrained into the like political stuff, right? And like for me myself, I keep it like I save that for the end of the day,
right?
But I get caught in loops all the time, and then I will just and then like shuffle out of my room and do something, right? And so it's like, well, this is what I do. It's fine. Nobody cares.
Huh.
Like, you know,
I care.
You have to say that because you like
I don't.
me. That's true. I guess you don't have to do anything.
Don't.
I maybe am belittling the good things that I do, or minimizing the fact that other people might find it valuable. Yeah. So I think it's fine. I think I am satisfied with the transition that I made.
I think it fits very, very well. I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Ed.
A good job, Dad. What accent is that?
I don't know. Sometimes I just say words bad because English is hard.
That's fair.
Yes.
All my accents come from random cartoons that came from my childhood. And so, like...
You're like just chowder
like,
voice.
freaking, The Adventures of Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And one more thing. And we will just do that back and forth. I'll do that or, and another one. And like, that's what it is to live at my house. This is quotes from songs and TV shows.
Well, this is...
And life. not even like recent TV shows. This is a 90s cartoon.
That's how you know you're old.
Yeah. I've been singing Captain Planet all up and down the house all day.
I don't even know the theme song for that.
Captain Planet, he's our hero.
Okay, I do know that song.
Take pollution down to 0.
Did he do it?
Oh, girl.
He did.
Don't depress me.
Oh, man. Okay. I will go ahead and give mine a read.
Okay.
Can you pass me my glasses, ma'am?
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you for the validation.
Oh.
I think that's what I want to say thank you for listening to my story.
You're welcome.
Remember to look at the camera. I follow instructions.
I don't. Okay, so I'm going to just reread mine. I probably shouldn't be bending like this because it's not good for the diaphragm when trying to read. I'm going to make it a slightly dramatic reading.
And I need you to start from the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do.
Okay. Okay, do the whole thing.
I was going to do that.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. Lying on the bare floor, back pressed to the uneven stone, trying and failing not to stare at the distantly looming yellow-painted walls. The room is so wide that one could get lost in it if it weren't so empty. But nothing is in the room. There is nowhere to hide and nothing to pass the time with. There is a single door. It may have been locked, but it wouldn't matter if it was, as a key is nestled securely into the silver knob protruding from its surface. An easy way out. All you have to do is get to it. The door is on the ceiling. It rests directly above the center of the room, 10 feet above the ground, and painted the same electric yellow as the walls. It stares down haughtily. This must be what madness feels like. The echoing's the worst part. Breathing shouldn't sound so loud in all that space. Walls too far away to realistically bounce the sound back to the only ears present to hear them. But at least it was a reminder that life continued. On some days, this is enough. On others, the unending reminder the sound carries is another hammer to sanity. There was a time where more sound had filled the space. For a long time, there was screaming, raging, crying and shouting into the bright void that shone back a joyful silence, bright yellow like the burning mass of a faraway sun, or the crooked flash of a smoker's teeth in a con artist's smile. But that had faded eventually. There was a time, brief and short, where song had filled the space. Lyrics filled with pleas of deliverance, words half-remembered from a childhood long past. The echoes of those melodies bouncing back, hollow and empty of any sort of response, had caused a bitterness to writhe and grow inside. The fruit of that was the silence that had become companion and comfort for far too long to count. Silence and breath. Breath and silence. And time. And me. Neither of those last things have much meaning anymore. My eyes closed, bringing the blessed darkness that had become friend. If they stay closed long enough, unconsciousness would often follow. These lapses in time are drugging in the illusion of escape they create. In the space the dark of my lids provide, I can dream of something different. Dream of wind rushing past my cheeks, whipping through my hair, shorn short of the locks grown too long from being trapped inside this place. Dream of the strain of muscles, pushing, pulling, doing. Dream of legs running, unshod feet being met with not stone, but Sand, mud, grass, anything. Dream of sharp, cold, fresh air filling my lungs to painful relief and ripping goosebumps against the skin of my arms and legs. Dream of letting loose a scream that for once did not come back to be heard by me alone, instead snatched away by a wind so quick and fierce that I could not even be sure I had made a sound at all. With eyes closed, I could dream of the warmth of a blanket wrapped around me, of arms holding me tightly, branding safety into my bones, of a voice in my ear telling me it's all right to cry, to collapse into them, to not simply sleep, but to truly rest. The press of lips on my forehead, the vision of a smile, the sound of laughter, a knock on a door. A knock on a door? There was a knock. My eyes snap open. There is no laughter, no warmth, no wind, just hard stone beneath my back and a yellow door above my head. There is silence. I do not move, still lying prone. Is this my imagination? My breathing stills. I need to be sure the sound is coming from outside of my mind. Another knock, louder now. The hollow sound of the wood echoes in the space, and my gaze, locked on the knob, see it shiver with the impact. Someone is on the other side. The knock comes again, and then a voice, and words. Words. I had not had the pleasure of words in far, far too long. I don't think anyone's in there, one voice says. Then we should move on, comes another. Panic races through my body as I jackknife upright. No, I shout, but the sound that rips from my long, unused throat is more gargle than word. I try again. I have to be heard. I have to escape this place, and I know from eons of trying that I cannot do it alone. Please, I shout, and it more closely resembles a word this time, but it hurts. It hurts like tearing and straining. It hurts like bleeding and bruising. It hurts like hope, like freedom. Please, I shout again, pushing through the pain, accepting it as part of the salvation, even if this could all be in my mind, even if this is all just an unconscious nightmare. I'm here, I shout as loud as I can, and my voice gives out. I feel something pop and break in my voice box, and I go mute. I scream soundlessly past the pain and beat my fists against the unyielding floor of stone. When the pain of it is too much, I halt my fists, pressing wet knuckles into the ground and let silence fall again. The ricocheting echoes of my own wretched breathing cloud my ears. I can hear nothing over the sound of it, so I hold the breath in my burning lungs, trapping it into my broken throat. Silence falls again, devoid of my signs of life. There are no voices on the other side of the door. No more knocking, nothing but that mocking silence. The burn in my lungs and throat turn to the ash of despair, but I do not breathe. Dizziness begins to build in my head, but I do not breathe. Darkness begins to swarm my vision, but I do not breathe. The doorknob shakes slightly in my vision before it begins to turn.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, I'll stay. I was like, if they don't come back, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You good, bro?
I'm stressed out. Oh, I'm stressed out. Anyway, where's the rest of it?
No, that's it. Absolutely not.
When do I get the rest of it?
No, absolutely not. That's the end of it. There's no way that there's any other thing to be said about this one.
Did it stop recording?
It did.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's the end. That's the end. It's okay. Because it's okay for things to end sometimes.
That didn't end. It is okay. It is okay for things to end sometimes. And it is good for you to make ending.
That is an ending.
I'm so mad.
Did you want to look at it?
I'm so mad. Yeah, because you're lying to me. There's more.
Unfortunately, no.
What happens after the doorknob turns?
I don't know.
Who's behind the door? Are they going to save her? Is her life going to get better after this or worse? Is she like, stop it? That's the end of it.
That is the end of it.
Oh, there's nothing else here.
I'm very proud of this.
It's really good. I'm dying. I'm gonna cry. There's just really tears here.
I feel like it's such a I feel like it follows exactly.
It's so good.
Thank you. Okay, I typically don't say thank you about this, but I feel very good about this.
It's really good. I was like, I want an animatic to it. I would like the scenic thing of the wind rushing and ripping the thing. I need more. I want an animatic. I want a video. I want a series with this main character. the they them character. Because I'm trying not to, I was, literally as you were talking, I was, picturing the wind rushing and giving them goosebumps, and I pictured a dress. Mm-hmm. I was like, not necessarily, though.
Yeah, I mean, you know. I also don't know. That's one of the reasons I was like, I'm not trying to, I really like that it was all third person until we get to the, breath and time.
And the shift was noticeable in a really good way.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. It started, I think I said this last time, it started from far off, and then I could see it, zooming in, and then, more detail coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's, started from far off, it's this piece of insanity, and then suddenly it's real, and there's panic. Mm-hmm. You know? Anyway, but that was my heartbeat. Sorry. Nobody knows what this is. Right? Did you just have a tremor? Yeah, that's my heartbeat.
I think I personally feel like it does a job. I don't want to say a good job, even though I do feel like it does.
It does a good job
of
a few things.
What are the things that you think? Because I just think of that trapped feeling we were talking about.
Of the trapped feeling, I think, and I guess part of this would depend on your purposes, mm-hmm. right? I think it does a good job of displaying the trapped feeling. It does a good job of establishing the emotion, but also the scene, right? Maybe this is just my bias because I heard it last time. Mm-hmm. I see where it is,
yeah.
But it does a good job of visualizing the imagination and the experience of escapism.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Because you're trapped, but then the way that you painted where is it? Oh, I'm back at the top. I've been just pushing it up and down. I'm not even reading it. I'm just hoping that if I load it, you know what I'm saying? When you load it, and more will pop up. But when they close their eyes, dream of the wind rushing past my cheeks, whipping through my hair, shorn short of the locks grown too long from being trapped in this place. I'm also getting to know about the character. They like their hair short, right? They like to be out in nature. Or, maybe they don't like to be. They wouldn't like to be out in nature.
I prefer to be anywhere else.
Right? But I like that feeling of escapism. I also feel like it's good setup to story, right? This should be the beginning of a novel.
It's just the prologue for something that we never go back to.
But, because in my imagination, if we're going back to, the yellow room that they used to trap women in, mm-hmm. right? I feel stuck, I feel trapped, and now I need someone to let me out. And then there's a voice. I am dependent on that voice now, mm-hmm. right? I feel like it's the setup to, it's just good emotional backstory to why this person acts the way that they do after, right? Because I imagine either it could go one of two extremes, right? This person who let me out, I need you. Mm-hmm. You are now my savior. I owe everything to you.
Right.
And that even if it's unhealthy, because it's better than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I'm never gonna let anybody close to me. I'm never gonna let anybody trap me back in there again. Mm-hmm. Right. and I want to know what's going to come next. You know what I'm saying? I imagine in those yellow rooms where it's like, okay, husband, send her home and put her in this yellow room and lock the door until she calms down, right? You're like, I guess I better do whatever it takes to make my husband think I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm leaving the small prison for the prison of my home and my husband's opinions.
Yeah.
You know? Like that, like, I just, it's good.
Thank you. I don't think I'm going to write anything better than this in the whole thing of this podcast, maybe. But I was very happy with how this nerd homework turned out.
I'm really happy with that. I'm mad that you made me read mine.
I'm not. I'm setting up a standard that I will never read mine if you don't read yours. Yep, so make sure to do your nerd homework. I will not be the only one doing it.
Okay, here. You know what's funny?
Hostage situation.
I was thinking, like, we should come up with, like, a challenge or punishment for the person to do if they don't do their nerd homework.
The punishment is nobody gets to read their hard work.
But that's not the good punishment. It doesn't provide entertainment for the people at home.
It does. In the comments, you'll get in there and be like, wow, couldn't even do your nerd homework, huh?
No, you gotta, like,
gonna have some teachers yelling at you.
Ice at people or something.
In my house?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I know.
Or, like, eat something weird. Or
in
something.
My house?
I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're moving on. That was really good. I want to talk about it the rest of the day.
No, that's why I was going to do other stuff first. So, well.
We can do other stuff now.
Yeah.
And help transition, because if I'm thinking about that, I don't know if I'm going to write anything.
Well, yes, that's why we have to have transitionary stuff. Yeah. Okay. So, hi. I hope that you enjoyed listening to our stuff and how we talked about it. I hope that you...
It doesn't help me not be depressed.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go home.
You can't go home. You gotta watch The Baby Borrowers.
Which I'm really curious as to what kind of title is that? Hi
guys, we're gonna definitely tell you what The Baby Borrowers are in our next episode after she's watched some episodes. Anyway, but no. We're moving along.
We're moving on.
Also, I've decided that because sometimes we just jump from stuff that we're gonna put transitions of us being weird that I'm just gonna put in place when there's no good way to cut. So we did the same thing.
I love it. That was so good.
That was really good. High five.
And we're back.
Transition. I let top of the show. We do this each time. What have you been eating?
Reading?
Media. Yes.
What media have you been consuming?
What media? What media?
We're headed towards weird, guys. I'm excited. It's happening.
Tell me about your media sandwich, which I assume is like a meatball sandwich. Anyway, tell me about what you've been consuming in the last week that has been like stories that you've liked. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Tell me what the stories you've been consuming this last week. Has it only been a week? Since our last episode.
Yeah. Since our last episode is the right way to go, because I don't know when this will go out.
That's true.
I am in the same boat as last time, where I've not really been reading anything.
Okay.
But on my track to licensure, right? As of this week, I only need 8 more hours.
Oh, heck yeah!
So I've been working on that.
Yeah,
getting my stuff together. All of those things. Yeah. Did I go this whole week without reading anything?
Didn't you have a deadline for book club?
Yeah.
Did you read some of that?
I did read some of that. I didn't finish it.
No, that's fair.
I'm really padding the time for you to edit.
No, yeah, right. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm going to make you watch some media today and maybe we'll talk about it next time. We will.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I am really excited to start reading. I think after this week, I'm going to allow myself more freedom to I'm excited. Yeah. I'm really excited to start consuming things again.
Heck yeah. Good.
Yeah.
It makes the life a little bit easier to manage.
Oh yeah, it does.
For me, I have been bopping around in some webtoons, but there's nothing that's really catching my eye. Last week, I went out on Sunday and I went to a coffee shop and I sat and I wrote for like a couple of hours and that was a lot of fun. I need to talk to you about that. And then I, because I just got back from my trip out overseas, and I miss the amount of walking that I was doing there because public transport is much better in other countries. And so I literally went to a place. So I was like, I don't know what coffee shops are in this area, but I know there's an open mall. So I just parked half a mile away from the mall and found a coffee shop and walked to it. And I stayed there for several hours. And then I left, and on my way back to my car there was a Barnes & Noble. So I walked into Barnes & Noble's and I just spent another 2 hours in Barnes & Noble's, which I haven't been inside of a bookstore for a while. It's definitely been over a year.
I love bookstores.
I know, me too. They're second to coffee shops in my personal pantheon of places. Anyway, so I went, and I went in with, I was like, I'm not going to buy any books here because one, shop local, and two, I spent a lot of money overseas. And but I just went around and picked out books by their book cover, because that's what you judge a book by. People spend a lot of time choosing how to make a book cover and do book cover art, so you should absolutely enjoy art on book covers. Okay. So that's a whole job. And so I was just picking them out and reading them back, and there was a couple that I liked, that I found interesting, so I took pictures of them to come back to later. And I found a book called The Cemetery of Untold Stories. That's cool. It's so interesting. When we're off, remind me, because on my phone, what's up? The weird. On my phone, I've been taking notes of things, and I've literally wrote out whole passages that this writer is talking about writing. The character is a writer, and they're making sweeping, I was I'm probably gonna have to purchase this book so that I can highlight it. It's so interesting and it's so good. They have some really interesting things to say about work and passion. So I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
It is pretty interesting. Yeah. It's definitely a different read. I will say something that threw me off, not because it's wrong, but I just haven't read a book that does it like this, is there's no dialogue. In the traditional, in the sense that is traditional to us as Americans, which is either it's in quotes or even a single quote if you're reading some British literature. None. It's just and she said, and there's no quotes. It's just in paragraphs. They're having I asked her this, and then she said this, and I was and so you can't pick out conversations. I think it's interesting because some people rush past descriptions to get to the characters
and
talking.
Forces you to actually read it.
Yeah, which I would do anyway. And I prefer, it's weird because my brain has to wire itself to read it to understand it a little bit. But I like that I can't see conversation coming up, because sometimes my ADD, my brain will flick and my eyes will see something that I was that has spoiled something for me now, so it's an interesting thing. I don't think it's something that I would do in my own writing, but I would definitely pick up more books that have that kind of format.
I'm not a writer, so I can't say if I'd do it or not. But it seems interesting. I am someone, depending on the book that I'm reading, right? When I was reading The Wheel of Time, I wanted the descriptions because they ended up being really, I wanted to just get the details and see what was going on, right? But in the Red Rising series, there's a lot of science talk. It's a really good series. It's a really good series. But there's a lot of science talk that I'm that's science stuff I don't understand. It's made up anyway. And I have to force myself to go back. The guy's a great writer. And then when I like it when he's describing battle because he writes it in poetry, right? And that when I'm oh, it's limerick, I'm into it, right?
Yeah.
But if he starts listing out what the specifications of a weapon or what, skip. My brain is I don't do that.
You're I don't need that information.
Yeah. Big gun, do big things.
Bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Tita. Sorry.
I like picking up something and getting something new.
Yeah.
So I love that you got that.
Yeah. I definitely want to do that again by myself, but maybe even invite people who are hey, you want to ignore each other in a bookshop for several hours?
It's my favorite kind of date.
It is so good. That's all. That's all that I've been like intaking. I haven't really been watching. That's all I've been eating. All the stories I've been devouring. I'm so sorry. The sleepiness is coming.
We're getting into weird territory, guys. I need a close-up of that face that you made. Editor? Yes.
No. Okay, so for today, we're doing something different from what we did the first episode, which we like. There were certain stories that we needed to hear. Right now, I'm feeling pretty fed on stories. You're not, but you do have a story in your head right now. So today, what we're actually going to do is a kind of a writing exercise, a writing exercise. We're going to be doing a writing exercise called "Picture is Worth 1,000 Words." Look, it popped out, and we're just going to roll with it.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. This is one of the ways that I find easier to kind of like jump start creativity for me sometimes when I don't have something that I'm focused on writing, or I don't have a long-term story that I want to get out. And that is looking at art that people have made, or and photos that people have taken as well, because that is a form of art, and seeing what story was supposed to be captured in the still image. I think it really does a phenomenal job of just kind of like testing your senses of like what pops out to you when you're looking at a thing, and how you are interpreting the story as a whole in the whole picture, but also the pieces of it. And we can do. And this can be done a lot of ways. English is my first and only language, but it is very difficult to pronounce words properly sometimes.
I enjoyed that. I
For a second, you didn't know if I said words or not.
No. And it's hard because sometimes I will lose focus in the middle of people's sentences.
Same. ADD. They be.
And I didn't know if that was happening to me or not.
You're like,
and I was like, did I miss?
Like, am I stroking out right now?
I was trying really hard to focus.
That's fine. I wasn't saying anything important. So we're going to hop into this. So a thing that I did, and I sent you some of these, is I went through Pinterest because, yes, I'm basic. And I just found pictures and photos that I liked. They're all in kind of a similar art style because I just kind of really like that currently. I enjoy this art style. And so I put them all on a board so that we can look at it. And I want to know what jumps out to you the most and what you would like to
write a story on.
And
okay.
I have them pinned on Pinterest so that I can hopefully find the actual artists for each of them. Like I can just do Google searches and dive down until I can find where they're actually from.
Yeah. It would be nice. I like giving credit where credit is due.
I do too. I hope none of it's AI. So this is my pin board. For this specifically, I'm going to put it up here so you can see where she's scrolling. And it's not very many. I tried my best not to do too many things because I'm an overachiever. But I just want to know like what out of here really pops out to you. And if you want to do one story on one and I do another, or if you want to make the same story off of something. They're really cool.
Okay, the ones that come to mind the most, this one and this one. These two, right? But also this so spooky. I really like all the other ones. Like all of these are really great pictures. Like you guys will see. Like with the cats though. Like with the cats, what's the story behind those cats? And she's so exasperated. I also want to know, do these ghost kitties have
no questions asked unless you're going to choose that one. You're already building a story if you're asking questions.
What? What?
Oh, rule I made right now.
I just want to know if they have corporeal form to like knock
still
over.
Asking questions.
You know? Why is she here? Why is this there? Is this I'm not listening to your rules. Is this a physical representation? Is this actually happening? Or is this like emotionally? Because I can see the like hey, you're supposed to love yourself, but I hate myself. Right? like, this is the perfect image of that. Like, how do I stop hating myself? In that play, when you're trying to start loving yourself, the hateful thoughts aren't gone yet. They're both there.
Yeah.
You know? But black love.
Okay, very specifically, Black Sailor Moon and Black Tuxedo Mask.
Yes.
I mean, that's the story.
Which, maybe, I don't know how we would change that story. I never finished Sailor Moon.
Yeah, so it could be whatever you want.
So.
But black.
But also, what is she gonna do when she gets out? Vengeance. I want to practice writing a bad character. Like, not like I don't think she's bad. She could be, but she's gonna do bad things. Why is she here?
Why indeed?
How dare you, right? I want to let her out and let her rage.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do understand exactly what you're saying. See, this is why I had to stop adding pictures.
This gives me the feeling of being like lost in the sea of your own thoughts. Like, all of the things are just coming by, and it's like, is this overwhelming or peaceful? I can't tell.
I think it depends on how you want to write it. That's the thing, right? Like, because again, exactly what we're saying, it has so much capability.
Is like he's got a book here, right? And like the book has come alive and come out of the page, and he's seeing it all around him. That's not like anxiety-inducing or peaceful. That's exciting.
That is.
It's a nice thing.
This is a very fun experience.
Or she's so sad.
Is she?
Oh no. She's not sad. She's angry.
Is she?
Yes. Yes. She is in a building watching someone walk.
We're done. This isn't make as many stories as you possibly can at once.
Wait, I thought I was supposed to pick.
Well, if you were going to, instead of making stories out of each and every one of these. Gotta choose one. I'm gonna count down to 15, and you're gonna have to choose one.
I can't. I don't like timers.
Oh, well, then I guess. Thank you for coming to episode 2 of Taming Tales. It's been really fun, but we have an indecisive.
Okay. This one.
Okay.
This one.
Sounds good. This one. You can't look at it anymore. You can look at this one. So that we can have it open so that you can know what it looks like.
Okay. Now, are we going to write a story together? Or are we going to write 2 separate stories?
That's a really interesting conversation. Do you want to do collaborative storytelling? Like, as we have this set up for us to look at and then for you guys to look at better. And we just like tell a story back and forth. So this is oral history,
I like it.
Fiction.
I like it. I don't know what the other options are, but I like that one.
Okay, look, this is a game that I make up the rules as I go, and she vetoes them and then makes up rules as well. Okay, so then if that's the case, we're not writing anything down here.
Okay, I'm into it.
So that's what we're gonna do. I know it feels like we don't need to have another transition, but high five, loser. Okay, we're back. I got water because if we're gonna talk a bunch, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna do my best to not click this with my nails.
That's gonna be hard.
That is gonna be hard.
If I had nails, I'd be clicking up a storm.
I do typically, so we'll just do our best not to add that to your ears. If it was a podcast, that would be a problem.
Yeah. No guarantees.
No guarantees.
Yeah.
Except for maximum fun. No. I'm sorry. Okay, let's focus.
I really enjoy this. I enjoy that.
Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need to grab an energy drink. That's what I'm gonna do.
We can make coffee.
With my brand of ADD.
Oh yeah.
Coffee does not help.
Can I tell you a random pet peeve of mine?
Sure.
This is not important at all.
Okay.
And no one's a bad person for doing this.
Is it me?
When you call it ADD, it's not accurate anymore. It's ADHD, an attentive type, hyperactive type, or combination.
Cool. In my defense, I call it AD&D.
which I like better. And you can cut this, right? It's because it's not even a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's just what it used to be called versus what it's called now. But every time I hear someone say ADD, I'm like, so do you mean you have inattentive type?
Yes.
And it's just because I start studying things.
That's fair.
Anyway, you do not have to change the way that you say the things.
Because I have a speech impediment. Okay, we're actually ready now, as we just move stuff around. Okay, so I was thinking that we should fixate on building a 3-part story arc. So with a beginning, a middle, and an end. With a climax, like a small climax, and then maybe a bigger climax built in. We're building a movie for our minds right now.
Okay.
But we don't need to be super detailed. This is not going to be a 2-hour thing where we talk about stuff. But I guess, first things first, who do you think the main character of this this story that you want to tell is?
That's a good question. So here's the thing. In my head, I want to see her rage.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that she doesn't have to be the main character for that. Because we can do like a third-person view of these are the things that she did and what the destruction looked like.
Yeah.
So that's possible. I just want to see her break out.
For sure. I want to see her point of view be displayed a lot. I don't necessarily want, because this is like in this photo, you cannot see her mouth.
Right.
She is chained by her arms, and her legs are wrapped together by, yes, water, but also you can see at her ankles as well. And so it's bound, but also cannot speak. And I don't want her to be pushed so far back into our story as just she is vengeance for some reason. I want to give her the voice that the picture is taking away from her. Like it isn't even giving her face, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that I wanted to have a story where like we are telling it through her point of view, and then a point of view of maybe one of these people down here.
Yeah. Because, and my question is, are they, I feel like they're enemies. But do they think they're helping her?
You feel like they're enemies to her or enemies to each other?
To her.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, they have her trapped here. But do they think that they are helping her?
That's a good question.
Do these people think that they are the heroes? Or do they understand that?
I don't know. Let's start at the beginning.
I feel like that's hard.
I don't know.
Who is she?
Is she trapped in water and still breathing because she can live in water?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's start at sea.
Okay. A trapping of the spirit of water so that their ships can pass?
Perhaps. And maybe this is about a government facility trying to go deeper into
where they're not supposed to be?
Yeah, because space and the ocean depths are two things that are filled with aliens. So, people want to get down there, but it's hard to breathe and it's hard to blah, blah, blah. So maybe something like that. That'd be interesting. So then we start at sea, calm day, or are we doing cliche boats everywhere or like a boat in a storm?
If this was a movie, I would like to see probably that cliche, there's a boat in a storm, and then there's the hint of something, so there's something dangerous.
Yeah.
The questions that are racing through my head right now, right, are what kind of entity is she? She has a physical form to be trapped, right? Is there more of her? And then what damage was she doing that needed to be stopped?
Well, I think that I would go through, because I think the way that I'm thinking of this character is not just like a willful, violent creature, right? Being that is destroying just to destroy. Like, there is a reason. I think the things that this character would probably doing the destruction, whatever, is protecting their own area, right? Their own land or whatever, saying, you know, a government, a society is like, Atlantis is down there, or maybe we can find gold buried at the bottom, or maybe we can, and say,
like,
well,
you go mess up your part of the planet, leave mine alone.
Yeah, and being like, well, this is technically, even though it's deeper, this is technically not international waters. This is waters for this country, so you have to move. We've claimed this. And it's like, I've been here
for eons
before your people even climbed out of the primordial ooze, you know, like kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We allow you to live on the land. We pushed you out of the sea because we were sick of your crap. So I'm thinking like that, right? Like that it's almost an indigenous fight.
Ooh. Okay.
But how do I say that in a way that is not like I'm
super politicized?
Not just super politicized, but also like I'm turning actual pain into fiction. You know, like as a person who has not experienced it in the way that they have, you know?
Yeah. I understand. Like I super respect you trying to be respectful of the pain of others, right? I didn't think of it as something that could be, like, even as you said, like an indigenous fight. Like, I didn't think of it as something that could be harmful towards, because one, we're not going to take the
story of
imagery
anyone.
and story of anyone, but also I think the way that we do it, like, I don't like constantly getting images of Black people who are just in pain. I'm like, I'm tired of the trauma porn.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is feeding off of like white guilt, and I don't like it. I want to see people triumphant, right? Or normal.
Yeah.
And so in my head, if this is like an indigenous story, it can be the story of protection, empowerment, and vengeance, or any of those particular things.
Yeah.
Without negating or minimizing anybody else's pain.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I accept the things that you're saying. You know, I can be overly cautious about things like this because I'm not trying to step. One, internet's forever. And two, I'm not trying to step on anybody's feet whatsoever, you know?
I think I'm like open to conversation about it.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to be told I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I would love to be someone saying like, actually, that thing you said at the beginning, you should have gone with that and stopped that whole thing. And I will come out and be like, I'm sorry. My bad. And I'm not in that voice. I would mean it, being sorry. Okay, so then if we're gonna go in this thing, but also probably make it a little bit more magical, because you had asked something like, where has this creature been? Like, how long? And I almost want to say like that this is a shapeshifter, a whale, because look how large,
right?
You know, and that like a deep, like something we would never see, or a what is it? A giant squid.
Yeah.
Deep down. Sorry. Like deep.
Time to get loopy.
In the sea, in the darkest parts, a place where it could be anything, you know? So I just think that would be, if that could be a story about poaching. Maybe. In that the thing that they did was they like swam too far and took a specimen that was part of a clan of Ursula's, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like an Ursula style nation of people.
Yeah.
Under the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And the danger of them coming to take more, right?
Yeah.
Mama Ursula comes and is like, I need to stop it. But then they've trapped her somehow.
Yeah.
I like the like shapeshifter aspect, the giving it like a magical quality. When I was looking at this image and it's like being so huge, I did think of like the whales in zoos, right? And I mean, growing up when I grew up and watching like Free Willy, and their fin starts to fall over, whatever, and I mean, I don't know if this is like accurate, but I was like, oh, they're sad and they need to get out, you know? And being trapped by, like, being something that is supposed to be out in nature in the big wide expanse that is the ocean, and then being forced to be in this space, surrounded by like industrial geometric hardline shapes and strange small creatures, who you should just be able to swallow. Has got to be really frustrating.
Yeah.
I forget where I was going with that. Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't know where you were going at all. Yeah, no, you were just saying like that you had the same thought.
You mentioned the whale. Yes, you mentioned the whale.
Yeah.
And so that's got to be huge. It, like when there's an animal that's in a cage, I just imagine they're like, when I get the chance, the minute I get the chance, you are a snack, and I will prove it to you.
Though that being said, I'm imagining teeth like blue whales that are like for krillin. Oh. So it was still hurt. It was still hurt, but like it's not
get smashed by.
Yeah, but also just.
So we have an ancient, shape-shifting guardian of a people group residing under the ocean.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this starts off, like my thought process is it starts off on an oil rig. Drilling deep into the middle of the sea, down, being pushed to go farther. Some like government officials are being flown over on a helicopter to land because something was found, and this is the first we're hearing about it, and we're just like seeing a bunch of like, like, oh, get over here, oh, the big brass, like just a lot of talking and moving before we get to somewhere down in the bottom of the rig, and there's like a 40 or 50 gallon tank of water filled with like a creature that's something they've never seen before, that like they pulled up in their things.
Is it changing shapes to try to get out?
That's interesting, because I was thinking of it as being a child, a tadpole that they caught.
Yeah.
Rather than a big thing. But
do you know how like octopus are like really smart creatures?
Yes.
And they will do all sorts of things to like get out of things, even from a very little age.
Yeah.
Is it like a mini version of this?
I want to say in my mind, yes, except its tail is still really, really long. Oh. So like whatever its bottom bits look like, maybe it's too young to do like real transforming, like whatever that might mean. Like if its torso half that looked humanish, which now I'm thinking like those bristle-like teeth.
It still has the strange teeth?
Yeah, the bristle-like teeth, like no ears but gills instead. And like, if it's not hair, maybe not hair, but something that we would approximate as hair, that would be like a jellyfish top that just kind of flops around. Interesting. Sorry. And if the torso is this long and it's just like a tiny little thing, the tail would be 3 times like this. And so it would be in that 40 gallon
to maintain the tail.
Yes. And it still doesn't have enough room to move around. And it's like bolted shut, because you're right, like probably smart enough to try to get out.
Yeah.
And it's just in the water looking scared. Yeah. Looking like wild. And
thrashing probably.
And these humans are just staring at it like, let's get this out of here to go get some real tests done on it.
Yeah.
We brought a bigger tank, Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say that would be the beginning, if it would be like.
That's a good start to a movie. Because you're like wondering, what is this creature? It puts all the questions. It answers what are the humans doing there, right? They're drilling, which is not going to be good for the creatures that live there, right? But then, like, what is this creature? Or where did it come from? Where are they taking it? Like, what danger is going to come? Because it's set up to every movie. Like, the people are where they're not supposed to be, and the higher-ups are like, we don't care how safe it is. And then there's hell to pay. Yeah. Right? So they've taken this creature, a small creature. I think when you described it with the big body, the big head, the long tail, puts it automatically in childlike area. So it's like, hey guys, this is a baby. That means there's a mom.
Yeah.
And this thing is huge.
Yeah.
What does the mom look like?
Yeah. But in my mind, there's all men here. So nobody's asking those questions. All cis straight men. None of these questions are asked. And
Look,
so
I found a thing.
I found a thing. And the only thing that's asked is, have you found more? Well, keep drilling, right? And don't let, and so, keep this from other nations.
Yeah.
And away they make with this child thing, this childlike creature. And I feel like from there, because it can go two ways, because the story that we're building has to hit this picture at one point, right?
I'm thinking mom comes after.
So for me, it was either they keep the being for a long time, watch it grow, and this is the creature. Or mom has an Apple tag on that kid. Either of those work for me.
Ooh. That my mind immediately went to Mama's coming for revenge.
Mm-hmm.
And then is trapped somehow. But
it's a seahorse, that's the dad.
Yeah. I said mom because she's got the boobies.
Yeah. No, I also was like, oh, it is female. Yeah.
I really, 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 really like that seahorses have the daddies have babies. And I wish that humans could figure that out.
Science?
Just science, get on this.
There's very important things to be had. I don't think God would be mad about this one.
But like that poses more questions in terms of how did they get a tank big enough to get this thing that was coming that they didn't know about? If it was growing over time, they would
it's fair.
We need to prepare, we need to build bigger, all of those things, like have the containment ready. And I like that idea.
And how would they have gotten the chains on?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that it started small and they were able to make change that, because in my head is as it shape shifts, are there parts that always stay the parts? How shape shifting is it? Right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. It made me think of spout lore. Thing always has the gills.
Yes. No, yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Right? And so there are sometimes when you shape shift into an animal, right? As happens in life, stories, whatever, right?
Just last Tuesday.
I just realized as you shapeshift, are we doing that?
Yes.
But
as Black women in corporate America. I'm so sorry.
We're supposed to be in fantasy. You got too real. But your front paws are also your hands. Mm-hmm. Your back paws are your legs, right?
Yeah.
So as this thing might shapeshift, have they found a way to keep it on there? In which case, there's something probably drilled through so that the hands can't slip out when they are.
I hate it.
Yes.
Oh, I hate it. In the way that it definitely should be the thing.
Yes.
No. It's through the bone.
Yes.
It has bones? Do fish have bones? That's stupid. Yes, fish have bones. I pick them out.
Whales have bones too.
They do. That's why you see things of whale bone.
But
awful.
Yeah. Yes. Awful. So maybe these round parts are a little more pliable and go with if
whatever the shape they have been able.
But there is something through where it would cause incredible pain to be able to get out of it. This thing would have to injure itself immensely to get out. And it's been there since it was little. And they replace it as it gets bigger, I guess.
I hate it. It also is opening up a bunch of other questions for me.
Yes.
Because then it would be my brain it was captured so early. The reason it is looking like a human woman instead of the only creatures that it can remember seeing are in the form of humans.
I'm wondering if if it remembers other things.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's this is its attempt to
get
relate to, get sympathy, or communicate with, right? Like, I imagine if you're a shapeshifter, like a black woman in corporate America, you code switch, right? I can't say what had happened was in the middle of my corporate office, even though they should know what that means. You know what that means, right? But you code switch a little bit. So, like, and I'm not saying it has to be this way, right? But I'm wondering, like, can it be a whale? Can it be an octopus? Because it's in the form of a woman, it's seen other women, right?
So I want to say things to add to that, and then just say, not to shoot you down or like, one, you said, this is because I'm sleepy, so I was like, I have to respond to these or I'm going to forget them. One, you said, can it shift to these different things? And I wonder, like, if it remembers how to shift to these different things, but it's imperfect because it wasn't like, it was young and it was still training to like get them, so it doesn't have a perfect thing. Or they bring up like, this is a whale, but like it's still imperfect because it's a flat picture rather than being alive. So I think that's really interesting of like the imperfections that you would be able to see. It's almost AI like in how it doesn't get things
There's
right.
some uncanny valley, which as this thing gets out is going to cause problems while it's out in the, you know,
we're dying.
The whatever,
and we will never be able to see it again. Yes. But then the other thing that you said, the reason I was making a face, right, is because, just so you know, the way that I write is everything has to be logical. And if something happens for a reason, even in fantasy, like it needs to make sense as to why that's happening, even if it's like magic. So when you say there have to be other women in there and I'm like, women with their boobs out? Or women on walls, like what are we showing this small thing? Because this is what we would, look at the trick we can make this being, this creature, this non-human. That's why my face was doing the face. Because you're like, there have to be other women. Do there have to be other women that are like, this is an unclothed thing. They're not imitating clothes. How do you know what's under these things?
Okay.
Because like what that's the shape you would make.
You're right if you're thinking logically. All these men are clothed with masks and like big things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
I refused to take the image of my captors, so I took the image of the things that they look at instead. Now, is it because this thing saw the thing that it was looking at? Or, like you said, was it shown on purpose? We can make it transform into something.
Yeah.
Like I made it transform into this thing and then gave it food. So it had to perform for me for food.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. Or, right, the other thing being, which I'm like, I wouldn't want this in my story because it's too like, for me. But the other portion being like, this creature watches and it always watches. And there are women in the office and they get treated like crap. And so they see some like kindred spirit in that. And then maybe in order to work towards sympathy, like I am like you, I am trapped here and treated this way. Because I'm going to say, captured young, intelligent being. Still, just naturally intelligent, not going to be as smart as anything in the wild because it was captured. But intelligence just is a thing that it comes by naturally. And so I could see it kind of putting itself in these positions to understand how to get its way. So, but then I'm now saying, the men just suck. Because if it's that, it's like, the reason, so the two options in my head are women are being treated like crap, why are you even here? Or icky, icky, icky. Like those are the reasons it would take this shape.
Yeah.
I don't know which is better. I mean, but we're not there yet. Or maybe we are.
It sounds like we're there. It sounds like that's exactly where, that is the location that we have found ourselves. Which makes my skin crawl less.
Yes. Though, before we answer that question, how old is this? How long have they been in this torture chamber with bolts driven through their hands like they're Christ?
It's literally like where the Christ things are. And I wonder if it got old enough, because it probably was at one point smaller than them, right? And then started to shapeshift into human-like things, because it's trying to relate to its captors, the things that are around it, right? And then at that point, when it started to have hands, that's when they drilled into the hand bits.
Yeah. Awful. And I wonder, Oh, awful. Okay, because like how if they're the way that you're saying it is doing it early, trying to change, trying to move through, like what presentation at that point, because still small enough for them to be able to manhandle. So you're doing this to what effectively looks like a human child
Mm-hmm. But
while drowning it because it needs to stay in the water.
but off. It looks like a human child, but off.
Yeah.
Because at that point,
oh, scary. Actually,
if we're going through like the logic of like it imitates what it sees, it doesn't know what a naked little human child looks like.
Yeah.
So it's probably still freaky, probably still easier to put off your morals.
Yeah.
Because it's a strange thing that looks like a human, but it's got the lumps and stuff.
Yeah.
You know? How well can it change its skin to look like clothes?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, I think all of that works in the most horrid way possible. I think my thing was how
heavy for a second episode.
It's fine. How because how long does it take a blue whale to get blue whale sized? We don't have any internets. Oh, we do. We have one internet with 3 power. Hold on. To reach full size. 5 and 15 years. Okay.
That's good.
Can it go behind you? No.
No, this is fine.
Okay. We're prepared. Okay, because I was thinking like 15 years is like not too bad. We could totally tell a thing. Oh gosh. We could totally tell a story about a 15-year-old being awful. But I guess in my head I was thinking, what if it's been here for 20 years? What if it's been here for 50? What if it's been here?
So here's the thing. It's not a blue whale.
That's true. It's a mythical creature we're making up right now.
A mythical creature. And in my head, like these mythical creatures, like take longer to reach maturity because their lifespans are longer.
Yes.
Like when we were setting this up and it was going to be, if it had been Mom, she's been alive for eons. Right? And so if it can be 20 years and this is still an adolescent with adolescent emotions and temper tantrums and the desire to be loved and needing to find that somewhere, right? And I say that because like during adolescence, you're still trying to define yourself. You're still figuring out things are still what's amorphous, like there's still movement going on, right? And so there is potential for shifts, good and bad.
Yeah.
Right? So I like the idea of it being, a few decades, couple decades.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like that idea.
It's a bad idea.
I don't like anything being trapped for that long.
No. The reason I was asking that, because the reason I was asking timeline is because this could be 3rd generation people down here, or this could be the captors from the beginning, and I think that the difference of that story is these people took me from my home, these people did this in this laboratory, as opposed to every new human I've ever seen has caused me pain. All humans are this. And we don't need to decide on that, but those are two different beings and 2 different levels of vengeance, because one gets out and destroys this lab and finds the ocean and goes and hopefully finds their own kind and is able to be better. The other one is destroying everything all the time, is going back to the sea, is knocking over every oil rig, is drowning every boat, everything. The other one might do it too, but with a different level.
I think it 2 different stories. There's still destruction to come.
Yes.
Of like the lab at the least, right?
Yes.
But one has more potential for kindness, right?
Yes.
If these are new people, and some of them have been nice, in whatever ways that looks like, then maybe not all of them are all bad.
Yeah.
If it's watching women get mistreated, and that's why it decides to align with women, which, here's the thing though, because if we're going logics, right? Trigger warning, they would have had to see a woman get naked.
Yes.
Right? And so seeing the physical harm done to that, is it like it doesn't want to destroy all humans? Or does it because all humans destroy themselves?
These are big stories, big conversations, big themes that we are tackling here. Yeah.
I
will also say could have been a consensual thing. So could have seen a woman naked because somebody snuck their girlfriend in who really likes strange things.
No, this is a strange place to have consensual sex.
Okay.
I thought about it being consensual sex, and I was like, two weirdos who were like, let's go have sex in front of the thing. Like, or
this is a place full of weirdos.
I mean, that's true. I feel like it's more likely to, like, this is the place where, like, we know people aren't going to go. I mean, the creature maybe doesn't speak to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is still where no one can find us.
Yeah.
Right?
I would also say, not in line with that, but I thought that I had was, this creature has vocal cords built like, a thing of the sea, right? So we're talking sonic sounds or clicks or whatever, but I think that they can 100%, they grew up listening to whatever language is spoken in here.
Yeah.
Definitely understand, like just through context and stuff.
Yeah.
And probably like they did some tests to see how, is this smarter than Coco the gorilla? Can you?
I'm going to say that it hears everything.
Yes. Water carries sound.
Is able to like see in the tank around itself, right? And in the it can see these guys, you know. I don't want this to be a story about SA.
I also don't. I hate it. It is a very big trigger for me. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
I also
so it literally could be weirdos bringing posters of like out of Playboy, like, look at this.
Right. I mean, it also could be, if we want to make it like less creepy, right?
Be nice.
This is an underwater facility. People don't get to come out very often, right? There's posters on the wall because that's what they want to look at, not because they're forcing this thing to change into it.
I like that. Also, the thing that you just said gave me an even better one. This is an underwater facility. It's chained down. Scuba suits. You get the same shape.
Oh, okay, that's better. Woo! Jeez, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We got it. We got it. Cause I was so ready. Like, before you said the logic thing, I was so ready to be like, yeah, just because.
Yeah, I really wish I could, just because, but I'm like, as you were sitting here, it's like, it's shaped like, and I was like, my brain will not allow it. It will not. Yeah. It need a reason. It needs a reason
to be looked that way.
Yeah, scuba suits.
This creature. They.
Yes.
Can take the form of what they see.
Yes.
Currently, this is what the form that they're taking. No one had to be sexually manipulated to make it happen.
We like that. Just regular assault because of the horrible stuff.
There's enough horror.
There's enough horror in this story.
We don't need anything.
You chose this photo. I just want you to know.
You forced logic into it.
If you want to build a story with me,
it could have.
Why did you think it was going to go anywhere happy? You were in charge of the ending.
That's facts. So here's the thing. It didn't have to be happy. I just wanted vengeance.
That's true. Is vengeance happy?
No.
Okay. So then we're all on the right page right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not in trouble.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. So I think we have like the beginning. Somewhat, right?
Yes.
We know how the creature was found. We know that it was captured and then brought here, and we know that it sees scuba divers because they probably, especially much more when it was younger, dove in to care for and clean tank.
Yeah.
Right? And then they come out, they take off their flippers and stuff. It sees them walking around, right? I think we're good on that. The question is, I think my question now is like the middle bit. What happens while this creature is here? What kinds of tests are run? How did they figure out what to feed it? How to sedate it? Right?
I'm going to guess by, like, it's still a science place. So if we're talking about, like, the toothbrush teeth, they're going to assume small krill-like creatures kind of thing. So I think that would be an easy thing to go. They have definitely drawn blood, used probably electric, like, I just assume, especially when it gets bigger and they have to, like, change the tank, they have to incapacitate it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And water travels through electricity very well.
Electricity passes through water.
I said what I said.
You did. Water. I mean, listen, scientists out there, listen. What research are you doing on the travel speed of water through electricity?
Yeah.
These are the important questions we need to be asking.
Questions that are important that should be asked.
Yes. How far do we want to push the story?
I don't think we need to see all the torture and drama, but, like, know that it's, you asked what test. Here's the thing, if you're going to ask a question, I'm going to be logical about it.
I mean, because logically, they would take...
Yes. They're also constantly... New thought. Sorry. This brought... I was like, because they're constantly looking for new things as well, because they're probably thinking about, like, how do we make more? Or we've spliced this. It's still sort of living. Can we use this DNA to recreate? I think one of the mini climax, the, like, small climax, or the push to action, that could be one. But I was thinking they've brought in another one. They finally found another small one. And probably have it for, like, a couple of years, and then, like, okay, let's see what happens if we introduce them to each other. And it might be, like, a little older than this one was when it was captured, and so has a little bit more like that. And so my brain, oh gosh, this is a really sad scene. So my brain just saw that, like, they wheel it in on a giant, like, because it's still small enough to fit into something that's mobile rather than stuck in, wheel it in, and it's, like, thrashing. It's been, like, it doesn't know when it sees it, and it calls out to it in, like, native song. And it's something from somewhere you remember way long, but you can't even understand your own language. And it gets, it's a sad, I don't like it, actually. No, veto. That's so sad, actually.
I wanted to recognize the song.
It could recognize.
I want them to talk.
You like this moment, but I want you to recognize it.
Yeah, I want this thing to see the small thing.
Yes.
And be like, I have to do whatever it takes, no matter how much it hurts, to break out of here.
Yeah.
To get it all free.
Yes. Sorry. We don't have names for these things, so my brain said subject 1, which is what it will be called the whole time. I mean, subject 0.
The name that it has is in a language that we cannot say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. No, I like the idea of it being brought in and, like, hearing the siren song of its native language. But can it speak back? Like, it hasn't. Maybe it's been, like, singing to itself and, like, keeping it like, you know what we as people do when we're left alone. We talk to ourselves.
Right. Have you read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings?
I have, but I was in the 7th
it was
grade.
a long time ago. But
it sings to hear itself? ?
I don't remember.
Oh.
But that question, why does the caged bird sing? Mm-hmm. The caged bird is singing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to reread that book. It's been a long time. Because in my head, I was like, the caged bird sings to remember joy, to bring, because my voice is to remind myself that my voice is important, right?
So probably doing, like, its own self-education and itself, like, remembering the time when it was free. Mm-hmm. Okay, I both love that and hate it. For the right reasons. Yeah, so...
It does remind me of your story. I scream, I yell. This breath is a comfort to me because I'm still alive. I sing and I remember the songs of my people. And I can remember that their happier times did exist. But then it's an added torture because how long has it been? Mm-hmm. Will I ever get back?
Right. So this is the breaking point where it's like, we've got to get out. And maybe all those things are in there, able to communicate some things like, you know, how long have you been here, or help, or something like that, or maybe it's just calling out for a parent, you know, the new one, whatever it is, or like as it's being taken away, subject 0 understand, like, here's their captors say something that they know is taking this new creature to a place of great pain, right? Like one of the worst experiments or
That
whatever, you know.
Another question: octopi, can live on land for some time.
Yes.
Right? Can this thing breathe air for some time?
We can make it so. We are the inventors of the story.
That's true. Because I kind of want it to be able to like go
Bust down
through
and
the
go.
lab.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that fits the story better. Because if they're in a tank, I mean, I don't know. I want that. I want that story.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that we went the this was a baby captured route, because you talked about cloning, and I was like, did they make it give birth to its clone?
Oh, I don't know.
And then take it away to experiment on it?
I don't know, and I don't like it. I thought this was just we captured another thing.
So no. That's why I said I'm glad that you went that route, because my route, that's the route I was going. And I hate that route a lot.
Oh yeah, we don't like any of it. We gotta end good. Okay.
The death of everybody involved.
Everybody involved
is the end of that.
So
we have some of the middle bits. We have the experiments happening. We have I think we could flush out more if we wanted to what the people are like, right? But then we have the small climax of another creature has come, and that leads to the bigger climax of I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I need to get us out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there might be like little things because I feel like we're gonna like I don't necessarily want to get to the end of this. I mean I do.
You never do.
But I think like
commitment issues.
I think that like yeah. But I think that like my brain is saying where this should go is if we are doing a movie or if I'm doing a full story, the little bits that I would follow here would be them trying to bust out when they're Zero trying to bust out when they are taking one away. That's how we're doing this. And failing miserably, but they've never tried, right? I
think they've tried and felt pain.
I would say electricity could come through these chains into the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it just doesn't work, right? And then... Go ahead.
It's kind of like, you know how they train an elephant? You have learned helplessness.
Yeah.
Right? They couldn't do it when they were little. So it just assumes it cannot be done.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't even try.
Yeah.
And then it sees this thing and it's like, well, I have to.
Yeah. I want to say that, like, it tries and it fails. It tries again and it fails. And it slowly starts building up, right? I think something that we aren't really paying attention to in this is the way that the underwater current is being
swirling.
Yeah, and I feel like that is a thing that Zero is doing. So I want to say that at some point, after lots of sadness, the one is introduced not into the same tank because I don't think they would do that.
No, it would be dangerous to.
Yeah, but put in the same room and they like do observations or something and this happens a bit for a while, but one is maybe, like I said, older than Zero was when Zero was captured. So they understand more about what they're able to do and slowly start teaching, like, you're big. You should be able to do X, Y, and Z.
You can control
because
more around
because
you.
This glass is powerful.
It is
but
magic.
Like water.
We do have magic.
Yes. Water is one of the most powerful eroders, one of the most amazing things in nature. It is terrifying and it is powerful. And Katara could bend people's blood. And I'm just saying.
If Katara could do it.
And so I think that like the big climax here, for whatever reason, that we're finally able to break that glass wall in Zero's mind to be able to fully take this power over the water and smash through this glass and get out is when the big vengeance was. I would say that in my mind, even though Zero is able to like form legs, they've never really walked outside of the water. They've been kept, you know?
Yeah.
So even though
would that be some of the experiments that were done?
Not when they were this big, for sure.
Not when they were this big, but when they were little, like making it walk.
Maybe, but I think that once it got this big, they were like, maybe we don't need that huge thing. And so I think that like there's a falsimity. There's a likeness when it tries to like step out, and its watery bones can't necessarily carry it, and it collapses and it just drags itself through glass and water to get to where
the little one.
Yeah. And I don't think like in a way that would kill it, but I just think that scene in my head looks really nice.
It looks really nice. Not that it's nice.
Yeah. It's not nice.
Can it still transform into like an octopus?
Probably.
Or squid.
I would assume that it did.
Yeah.
I think that it absolutely will. I think the first few steps out just would look really cool with it
being a human,
like Gaia, goddess of Earth, coming to destroy.
Yeah.
And then absolutely we're turning into a many-armed thing, and we're moving through it. I also would think it'd be pretty interesting to see its true color, because I assume this water is always green and murky. I wonder what its actual color is.
Octopus changed colors.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Some of them have like really wild colors to let you know that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Kids don't pick up wild animals.
Don't do it.
Also, don't trap mythical creatures in tanks.
Don't do it, or anything.
Oh yeah.
In quarries, in holes, in your trunk.
Yeah, I've definitely been guilty of catching a lizard and thinking that I was going to keep it as a pet forever, and then I was going to love it, and it was going to love me, and then it died.
Better than the option of it dying you.
Brain. I was on a thing and now I'm on a different thing.
Octopuses change colors.
They change colors. And if they're shapeshifters and presumably fitting in with other wildlife, I assume can change colors.
Yeah.
What the true color of an octopus is, how do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I just wonder what its resting, like what Zero's resting color is. I think it'd be interesting as it like crawls out and transforms and destroys everything. I think my brain wants to go like a wet black flesh.
Because of the diver suits that it saw.
Perchance.
If it's like mirroring that all the time.
It also hasn't seen sun. It's just whatever like light is in here.
Right.
So maybe it's naturally. Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. I would assume if it like is native to the deep dark sea, it is of darker color, because that's what's there's no light, there's no sunlight down there.
Right.
Everything is dark or very pale.
Because like I think of the little newt things that are in caves that never see sunlight. Those are super pale, right?
Yes, but the ocean is dark, so you have to be dark there.
Do you have to be dark?
You don't have to be dark, but it's like
I will
be eaten if I am a big white thing in a very dark space.
Oh, I guess that's true, huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's no light, they can't see them anyway.
That's fair.
And like the dark in humans, you get melanin because there's a lot of sunlight.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm thinking about an anglerfish, and they are like pallid gray. So probably something around there.
Yeah.
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 So that's not important to the story.
I'm looking for my phone, but it's over there.
Here's an internet.
Right. I want to Google what color are deep sea fish.
We will. And we will contact you guys about it later. But we're about to wrap this up. Yes. How are we ending this tale?
I like your scene. Like it breaks through the glass. It crawls through. Like, I mean, it starts to step and then realizes that it cannot hold itself and falls. So big, as it falls, it kills another human because it falls on top of them.
Good riddance.
Yes. And then it like crawls, it like drags itself over to the little tank and uses its power to get it out. And then like they shift, kill who they need to kill and get out. I like it. Murder everywhere. Yeah. This is an underground facility. As they get out, they're wreaking havoc. Yeah. People are going to die because it gets you drowned. It's flooded with water. Yes. Because I was going to say, like, where is this a landlocked facility that they bring salt water to? Or do you think it's too big? Yeah, you're right. Too big. And when we're thinking about like the depth that it needs to be to sustain itself, because it's used to like deep
pressure.
sea. So they like capture it, and over years, like, because they're already drilling and whatnot. I'm thinking this is future, right? They have underwater facilities. It takes it there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. So when we break out, we can be very close to the sea.
Right. Now the question is, like, that would be the end of this movie, this book, right? The escape.
Yeah.
The next book, the next movie, is how that government entity responds.
That's true.
How are these creatures treated when they go back home? Do they bring back? Because, like, presumably the humans don't know where the home is.
Yeah.
The
little, like, one is going to be leading 0.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but, like, the government facility, do they have tags on it? Would they know to take it out?
Yeah, they're gonna find them.
I
hate the questions you're asking.
But is it now a war of magical creatures that are all this size who can do magic things against the world?
Yes.
Of humans?
Maybe.
And then
maybe just one country.
Do they terraform? Like, can these survive not in sea? How long can they survive? What type of war are they willing to bring? How much can they communicate? 0 would be able to be a translator. I understand what they're saying, right? Maybe even can, like, translate and, like, speak to the humans in some way.
Yeah.
Right? Probably has learned, like, sign language.
Yeah.
Right? So will be able to be understood and give lists of demands. How far does this go?
Luckily, we are only building the first one, so we're done. Because I was like, oh no, don't ask more questions. My brain is going to go. If we want to, we can, as nerd homework for the beginning of the next one, say, this is more or less what the second movie is going to be. In bullet points, not in in-depth talking.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
All right.
This was a good time.
I enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty good.
I was really upset when we were going down the essay route. I'm not going to lie. I was like, this is too much. This is too much.
I wasn't trying to, but yes. It
makes sense why logically our brains went there.
Yeah. And I was like, I wouldn't watch this movie. I wouldn't read this book, actually.
No. But I'm glad we got there.
I'm glad that scuba suits exist and that women can be evil torturers too.
Equality,
folks.
Feminism. If he can do it, you can do it.
What?
Yeah.
Awful. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
I feel like we're leaving off on an empowering note.
I think we are also being empowering. Do crimes. Hide mythical creatures in your trunk.
Only if you're being nice to them and taking them back to the ocean, not if you're taking them to a government facility. Yeah, actually,
don't do crimes, please. Don't quote me as saying do crimes. And absolutely do not take any mythical creatures anywhere they do not want to be. Also, don't give your names to fairies. All right, so that's the end of this one. For real really this time. It was really good advice.
That's it. We're done.
We're done.
Cutting it, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, for staying with us. Hopefully it was much shorter than all the other ones have been, and hopefully this camera doesn't shut off very quickly. But if it does, we're just going to wrap this up. This was the story that we wanted to tell today, and we hope that if there's anything that you found really interesting in it, that you will mention it down there in the comments. That would be really cool to hear. If there was some place that we didn't think of that you thought this would be really better going to.
This was a really quick jump into a story, a really brief look, and like there are other interesting directions you could take it.
Yeah.
I would really love to hear like a bunch of different people try to chime in.
Honestly, very much so would too, because maybe somebody was out there that were like, no, it should have been the big one the whole time, or it should have been a baby and the mom came, because I think that would have been better. I want to hear why it would have been better. Absolutely give it to us.
Tell us why. If you don't tell us why, it doesn't count.
What she said. That's your nerd homework. And I just want you to know, nerd homework just means homework that's fun. It's homework you find enjoyable.
Yes.
So if you are looking for anything, if you're looking for anything else that we do, I will put it down there in the down there square. I have another YouTube that I post other stories that don't have complete endings in her opinion, but in my opinion, they're done. I also will post the link to a blog that I have that is a novelization of a D&D game that I play with her as well as a group of other friends.
Yep.
And
I have nothing for you to look up, so don't search for me.
cool, I have more things.
Oh, nice. I interrupted you. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, that is when I was just like, yeah, I have nothing. And I was like, oh, maybe I should stop. No, I'm going to keep going.
Do it. Maybe one day I'll have things too.
You will. I have a podcast I do with my husband where we talk about movies, music, and TV. He's the host there. He does a lot of research, and I'm a lot less crazy. I'm not, but I'm less tired when I'm doing it. And lastly, I'm going to link a list to a playlist. I make a playlist of music every month just because it's fun, and I'm out here sharing it with people.
Yeah, it's honestly, that's one of my favorite things that you do.
Oh.
Because I find new music.
I said a channel,
and then,
a blog.
No. The playlist infect every day of my life though, because I will like listen to it in the car when I'm going home, and it's a problem because I very often, we were talking about this today, don't finish the playlist.
That's true.
Because I like the songs at the beginning so much. I'll be listening, I'll be like, I need to hear that again. And like she puts it in a flow. I don't know how she does it. But like I'll be listening and I'll get all the way to the end, and then she'll be like, "Oh, did you hear that song?" I'm like, "I didn't hear that song. There wasn't an instrumental in the middle of that." And then yes, it was, and it just tricks your brain. Yay. And I don't know. And sometimes she tells stories with the songs that she's playing, and
I do that.
Sometimes, you know. And
once.
so I well, more than once. I feel like here's the thing, you did it on purpose once, but I found stories on my own. Anyway, all the other stuff is very good, but I recommend the playlist.
Yeah, if you just want to be introduced to, I don't think new music, but it's music that's newish to me that I like to put together, give it a listen. Listen to it in order.
It's meant to be listened to.
They're meant to be listened to in order, unless it says shuffle. But most of the time, they're meant to be listened to in order. Yeah. At least one time all the way through. Then you can shuffle if you want. But that's it. As always, we are going to, I think this is just a thing that I want to do, leave links in the description for Psychology Today and other like avenues for you to seek any help. I know that we had a trigger warning randomly in there that none of us were expecting.
No.
And I will have definitely put skip marks for when we are no longer talking about that, so that if you want to skip that, you can. But yeah, that was our show.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was it.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, background characters.
Goodbye, background characters. Have a good one. We're going to go and eat or watch something.
Or both.
We're going to go do both. Both.
The both dance.
The both dance.